So, the Primordial Vaults in Borderlands 4. We're talking untold power, ancient secrets, and of course, mountains of glorious loot. But finding and cracking these high level dungeons is a serious challenge, a puzzle scattered across the dangers of Kairos. Plenty of Vault Hunters have tried and failed, but don't you worry, I'm here to show you exactly how to conquer all three vaults, from hunting down their keys to crushing the godlike guardians waiting inside. This is your ultimate guide to the Primordial Vaults. Let's get into it. Alright, Vault Hunter, before we start the treasure hunt, let's get the lay of the land first. Kairos is split into three huge regions, and each one is hiding a primordial vault: the Fade Fields, Carcadia Burn, and of course the Terminus Range. Now, these aren't your typical smash and grab spots, they're self-contained dungeons packed with some of the toughest enemies the Order has, all ending in a legendary boss fight against a primordial guardian. But here's the catch, you can't just waltz in. To even get inside, you have to piece together a vault key, and each key is broken into 3 fragments hidden across the region. That's 9 fragments total to unlock all 3 vaults. So, how do you find them? That's where the Order silos come in handy. You'll see these tower-like structures all over each zone, and hitting a silo's main terminal doesn't just give you a new fast travel point, it also pings a large blue circle on your map, showing you a rough general area where each fragment is hidden. But trust me, you want to activate these first, not just for the fragment locations, but it makes getting around Kairos a hell of a lot easier with those fast travel points. Now, once you have all 3 fragments from each region, the vault's entrance will finally appear, ready for you to unlock it and claim your prize. First up are the lush green plains of the Fade Fields region. This region holds the Vault of Inceptus, a den of corrosive nightmares, and our first big score. Now, these vaults are pretty challenging, so make sure your gear is up to snuff before you dive in. So let's track down those fragments. The first is over in the coastal Bonescape region at the Stillshore point of interest on the southwest coast. So look for a small fishing village and just make your way around the back of one of the main houses near the beach and you'll find the fragment sitting on a wooden box. Easy enough, right? For the second fragment, we're off to the How. Head north of the launchpad town and you'll spot a big rock formation. Circle around to the right hand side of the cave entrance, head inside and use your grapple hook to get to the higher ledge where a fragment is just waiting on a pedestal. The third and final fragment is a bit trickier. It's in the Idolator's Noose region inside a settlement called Rosemary's Reserve that's usually crawling with enemies. While you're clearing out the place, look for a metal grate on one of the foundations of the main building and you can yank it open with your grappling hook to reveal a hidden room below. Now the fragment thankfully is just tucked away in the back right hand corner right next to some junk and a Marcus bobblehead. Now with all 3 fragments collected, the location of the Vault of Inceptus pops up on your map in the Dissected Plateau region. Make your way to the top of the marked hill where a stone pillar will rise from the ground, interact with it, and a shimmering purple portal will open and all you have to do is step through. Now, inside the Vault of Inceptus is a gauntlet. The vault has 3 arenas and you'll have to fight through waves of tough Order enemies in each one to move forward. Once you've cleared these mobs, you'll hit the final platform and face the primordial guardian himself, Inceptus. Now this boss has a blue shield bar and a red health bar, so you'll definitely want to bring a strong shock and incendiary weapon. But I mean, look, if you have a player build, then that's fine too. Now, Inceptus is fast, using its long arms for high damage slashes and stabs that you'll need to dodge. They're quite fast too, so I always have trouble dodging them, but I'm just retarded. But anyways, every so often it will also pull itself to the ceiling, wrap itself up in a cocoon, and flood the floor with corrosive acid. When this happens, you'll have to grapple onto floating orbs on the ceiling to stay off the ground while shooting weak spots on the top of the cocoon to break it open. Now, once Inceptus crashes down, it'll be stunned. Now that's your chance to use your grapple hook to rip off its armor plates, exposing fleshy weak spots for some literal massive critical damage. And the good thing is it's like a bubble that appears on his shoulder and it stays there the whole time. It's not just like, hey, you do a little bit of critical damage. It literally stays there the whole time and you can just absolutely shred his health bar. Now, personally, I would stay mobile, manage your elements, and Inceptus will fall. Your reward? 2 red weapon chests and your first permanent glide pack upgrade faster regeneration. Now this is a game changer for getting around the map. One down, two to go. Next, we're heading into the industrial wasteland of Carcadia Burn, home to the Vault of Radix. Now this place is a big step up in difficulty, just the region itself, so I'd recommend being between levels 20 and 30, but that's just me. Now, time to find those 3 fragments. Our first target is in the lopside area of the map on the western edge of the region. Look for a gas station by itself on the edge of a cliff, grapple up to the roof, and the fragment is just sitting there between 2 tables. The second location is in the ruined Sunplans region. After you hit the nearby Judgment's Lap silo, head down towards the water near the Hull's Handbasket landmark. You'll see some weird looking pillars, and the fragment is sitting on a pedestal right in the middle of them. The third and final fragment for this region is in the Tonnage Peel area, hidden inside the wreck of the Last Great Hope. Now find this huge shipwreck and go inside the tunnel it creates at the back. You'll spot a vent on the ground and you can pull open it with your grapple. Jump down, and inside is a hidden cave below, and the final fragment is in this area, and it's all yours. Now, with the Carcadia Vault Key built, the entrance appears in the Grindstone of the Worthy area, and it's a sandy plain just a bit east of the low-rise safe house. A stone pillar will rise up, insert the key, and the gate to the Vault of Radix will open. Now, just like the first vault, you'll fight through 3 platforms of order enemies before you get to the main event. Now, come prepared with different elemental weapons for all the health bar types you'll see, and after the mobs you'll face the Primordial Guardian Radix. This thing is a beast. With a blue shield bar followed by 2 yellow armor bars, you absolutely need strong shock and corrosive weapons to win this fight. Again, if you've got a crazy player build, you don't need to do anything, just use that. But for everyone else, shock and corrosive weapons is a must. Now, Radix's weak spot is in its face, specifically those glowing red fangs. Now, this boss loves to use shock attacks, so a simple rule here is if it's glowing blue, get out of the way. It will throw rocks, leap at you for a dive bomb attack, and summon spikes from the ground. It's also surrounded by spinning rocks for most of the fight, so keep your distance, is smart, stay on the move, shoot its face when you get a clear shot, and switch to corrosive damage as soon as the shield is gone. Once again, by defeating Radix, it grants you 2 more weapon chests and your second permanent glide pack upgrade, reduced regeneration delay. This, combined with the first upgrade, seriously improves how long you can stay airborne and zip around Kairos. And now for the final challenge. We're heading into the frozen peaks of the Terminus range, home to the Vault of Origo. This is another tough dungeon, also recommended for levels like 20 to 30. I mean, all the levels scale, but like I'd still recommend you have decent weapons if you're going to be doing this, but that's up to you. Now, let's hunt down our last set of Vault Key fragments. The first is inside the Vestal Garrison. Go into the garrison and hang an immediate left up on a small staircase into a command room. This fragment is sitting on a crate right under a big monitor. The second fragment is at the Cuspid Climb. This one takes some clever grappling though. You might need to use the nearby order silos to get enough height and momentum to reach the top of the high ridge. Once you make it up there though, you'll find a small cave entrance with the fragment inside. And our very last key fragment is in the Low Lees area. I always call it the Low Keys, but anyways, look for a group of houses on stilts near a cliff with a funky curved tree. You can climb the rocks behind that tree and then grapple up to a ledge where the fragment is waiting on a pedestal. Now that the Terminus range key is complete, it's time to find the Arch of Origo. The vault entrance is inside a cave on the north side of the central mountain range in the zone. Head into the cave, the keyhole will appear, and the Vault of Origo is ready to be plundered. Exactly like all of the others, you'll battle through 3 deadly platforms of order enemies before facing the Guardian. This vault's boss is the Primordial Guardian Origo. Now, this fight is unique compared to the other ones. Origo has multiple blue health bars, making shock damage an absolute must, and Origo is a flying guardian that switches between powerful cryo attacks and incendiary breath attacks that leave nasty hazards all over the floor. The name of the game here is air superiority. You have to stay mobile and use your glider as much as you can to avoid the ground attacks. And Origo's attacks are pretty easy to see coming. After the first fight, you kind of know what it's going to do, but they hit like a truck, so be careful. Now, its weak spots are the crystals on its back, which also show you what element it's currently using. I mean, I'm not being rude though, but like you can definitely tell it's going to use fire because the whole thing's orange, but that's besides the point. Be careful. It's really easy to fall off the edge of the arena as well, guys. But other than that, you should be good to go. Now, again, same goes with the rest of the bosses, the Primordial Guardians. When Origo goes down, you'll find 2 final weapon chests, and the last and maybe the best glide pack upgrade, a 50% reduction in glide energy cost. Insane. And that's the trifecta Vault Hunter. 3 Primordial Vaults, 3 Dead Guardians, and a whole lot of awesome loot. Now, the weapons and gear you'll find inside are some of the best in the game, and each Guardian's dedicated loot pool is loaded with powerful gear, including some killer class mods. But the real prize is those permanent upgrades to your glide pack. With faster regeneration, reduced delay, and a 50% cost reduction, your mobility will be on another level, completely changing how you explore, fight, and survive on Kairos. And the best part? These vaults are repeatable. You can use the Encore terminal to face the Guardians again and again for more and more loot, making them a perfect spot for the endgame grind. Now, if this guide did help you out, be sure to subscribe for more in-depth Borderlands 4 guides, builds, and everything else you need to be the most badass Vault Hunter in the galaxy. Let me know down below in the comments section which vault gave you the most trouble. Now get out there and get looting.